Do you or your child have special needs? Are you looking for disability resources to improve your quality of life? Or do you want to support your disability community on a whole nother level and become a disability advocate? Or have you been newly diagnosed with a disability, you're feeling overwhelmed, and you don't know where to start? Well, you're in the right place. I'm Samantha, a certified work incentives practitioner from Cornell University, an ambassador and spokesperson for Able United, Florida's Disability Savings and Investment Program. I represent my state as Ms. Wheelchair Florida, and I'm a Paralympic athlete. Which means yes, I have a disability myself, I have cerebral palsy, and I've been exactly where you are. I've been through all the obstacles. I'm now on here sharing everything I know from personal experience so you can learn how to do it stress-free. This week, the majority of the country will be receiving their third stimulus check as we continue to go through the pandemic for the coronavirus. This includes part of the population that receives disability benefits, such as SSI and SSDI. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been approached by quite a few number of people asking some very important questions because of the rules that you have to follow when you are a beneficiary receiving these types of benefits. One of the most important rules when receiving SSI is how much you can hold in your bank account at any given time. This is because when you have SSI, you can't have more than $2,000 in your bank account at any given time. If you were to do so, your benefits can go into suspension until you bring your balance under $2,000. And because of how much can be in a stimulus check, that can easily bring someone over that $2,000 limit. The good news is that stimulus money is not taxable, and Social Security does not consider it a form of income. So unlike having to report possibly wages from your job on a monthly basis, you do not have to report the money that you receive from the stimulus. This also means that Social Security will not consider it a countable resource, at least not right away. As long as you spend the money from the stimulus within 12 months of receiving it, it's not going to count as a countable resource. Now, if for some reason you want to save this money in your account for a future expense and it's past the 12 months, then yes, it's going to count as a resource. They determine the amount by applying a special calculation, which I will not get into on this video, but just note that when the time comes, your check will be lower because you're still holding on to that money. Now, if you know for a fact that you're gonna hold on to this money past that 12-month time period, and you just want peace of mind that nothing is going to affect your benefits in any way or your eligibility because you're holding on to that money, you do have the option of putting the stimulus money into an ABLE account. ABLE accounts are great because if you're a person with a disability by Social Security standards or you're receiving benefits like SSI or SSDI, you or a family member can open up an ABLE account and use the funds that you put into it to save for future disability-related expenses. And it doesn't affect your disability benefits eligibility as well as your eligibility for Medicaid. I know people that are using their funds for medical bills, education, housing expenses. I myself receive SSI and do have an ABLE account, and right now I'm using the funds to save up for a wheelchair accessible vehicle and to eventually buy my own home that I can customize to my needs. Before ABLE accounts, I wouldn't be able to save for those big ticket expenses because I would have to be holding on to that money and it would easily bring me over the $2,000 limit. If you don't have an ABLE account, many states now have the option, and depending on the state, some of them offer different perks from one another. So I'm going to go ahead and leave some information down below where you can find out more information about having an ABLE account. If you live in the state of Florida and you want to open an ABLE account, you would do so through Able United. I will have specific information below about Able United If you still haven't received the money from the first or second stimulus check, you may find it surprising that in order to receive that money now, you had to file a tax return for the 2020 tax season. This also meant that people receiving disability benefits had to file their taxes in order to receive that money. Now, I hope that everyone who's supposed to receive a stimulus check receives it and they receive it on time. But I know realistically speaking, that may not happen. So if you're one of those people, there is a chance that you may have to file your taxes next tax season. Doing your taxes can be overwhelming, not to mention expensive. If you haven't done so already and you have to file a tax return to receive your missing stimulus money and you're concerned about the cost, there are places you can go to receive free tax prep assistance. There is a program run by the U.S. Treasury called VITA, which just stands for Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. Through the program, there are locations all around the country that provide this service to low or moderate taxpayers. There'll be information down below about this program, including a locator tool to find a location nearest to you. Any questions, please leave them down below, even if it is a question pertaining to your personal situation with your disability benefits. I know from firsthand the rules can be very, very confusing. I'm an SSI beneficiary myself, and I took it upon myself to actually become a certified benefits planner so I can learn the rules inside and out. And I now do these videos to share that information with you. I hope this video was helpful, and don't forget there will be information and links down in the description about what I discussed in this video. I hope you have a great week. I will see you in my next video.